Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. It is 10:30 at night, so I'm trying to find the energies to do this video because I couldn't get it done earlier. But today we're going to be talking about our new homeschool schedule. If you're new here, I'm Shadiamond. I'm a homeschool mom to 6, 5, and 2-year-old, and we've been homeschooling from the beginning, right? So my girls are currently in the 2nd and 1st grade, you know, in terms of grade levels or whatnot. But since I have a 2-year-old toddler, I've been trying to find our rhythm, our groove on how we're going to get things done and be consistent with it. And we're like 3 weeks into our new homeschool year, but I feel like I have a good routine so far. So I'll be sharing what I have. In the past, I didn't designate specific days to subjects, right? My main focus was math and language arts. Anything extra would fit in whenever it fit in. We didn't really have a specific time of the day that we did homeschooling. It was sometimes after Mama got her orders done, sometimes at the start of the morning, sometimes we didn't get to it at all. And so I was like, I want to make this more consistent, more predictable, and take it a little bit more seriously, right? Like I've always been really serious about their education, but I feel like in terms of routines, them knowing what to expect and stuff like that, I could tighten up in certain areas. So I took the time to write out what I wanted them to cover, how many times per week, and we're still figuring out like on what days we're going to do certain things, right? So if I can find it in my planner, I wrote out an ideal day for us, right? So I have morning. This is not our specific schedule, but just something I wanted, you know, the day to look like. Something to work towards or something to test out. So in the morning, I have outside time, which includes walking at the park or outside in the yard, right, to play. I have breakfast, which includes a read aloud, music, Bible stories, and or scriptures. Toddler time for my toddler, so that would be his learning activities, his read alouds, his books, puzzles, coloring, whatever he wants to do, right? And then from there, move to individual subjects with my girls, and that would be math and language arts. And then on specific days, we would do science, history, Spanish, etc., right? And then for the noon time or lunchtime, I would like to do errands, store runs, or if we don't have any errands, the girls will do art, they'll do puzzles, they may have screen time, or they may, you know, do their story pod, which is a screen-free learning, and then it will be mom work time. So while they're doing art, puzzles, science, screen time, whatever, it will be my time to do work. So that could be YouTube, editing, orders, things around the home, responding in groups, creating printables, all of that jazz. Anything I need to do that's, you know, requires my full attention, I would do that while my toddler is either napping or when he's playing with his sisters and stuff like that. And then nighttime is nighttime, right? So that's what I wanted the day to look like. And so I've been working my way up to making it a reality in some way. And yeah, 3 weeks in, and we have been doing amazing with starting the day off outside. This has been so refreshing for me because initially I tried to do all of the things that we need to do before getting outside and then going outside midday, and I realized I was like drained, right? And they had so much energy. So I've started my day outside every single day for the past few weeks, where I go outside and I'll do jump rope, run around with them, take books outside, do little movements, so different books that requires them to jump and dance and stuff like that. And it has been amazing. So we've been spending at least 30 minutes, sometimes an hour outside, whether they're doing sensory bends, riding bikes, or just enjoy being outside, right? It has been amazing. So nature walks, we've even gone to the park bright and early in the morning. So that's how we start the morning off outside. And then from outside, we come in and do a quick breakfast if they didn't eat beforehand. And then during breakfast, we do Bible stories and scripture. We'll start the morning off with music, so something like the Tootie Tie, dancing songs, good morning songs, and stuff like that. And any books that I want to read to them. It could be history, it could be a book of their choice, it could be a book of my toddler choice. That's kind of how we start the morning, right? And then for toddler time, it's whatever my toddler want to do. We usually do puzzles, we do a little bit of art, we do Play-Doh, sensory band, stuff like that. And yeah, so that's kind of how our morning goes every single morning, unless we have to go somewhere. And so in terms of like our subjects, here's what I came up with. So initially I said I wanted to do math and language arts every single day. We usually have a 4-day school week. And so there would be math and language arts every day, and then add on science, Spanish, history, cooking, whatever the case may be. So we started week 1 off with a new schedule. Instead of doing math and language arts every single day, I would do math and Spanish, language arts and science, etc., etc. And I realized those days were too light for us, that we could handle more. It didn't really require a whole lot of the time, and I felt like they could have been doing more in terms of, just learning more. So week 2, we started to do math and language arts plus another subject to kind of like make up for all the time that they were not using. And so that has worked. And so on those days where we were not able to get math language arts in the additional subject in, I would just loop it to the next day. So if we missed something that day, we just add it to the next day and then cover the rest of the stuff we need to cover. So far, we have math and language arts on Monday through Thursday. On Tuesday and Thursday, they have science. On Wednesday, we'll be starting the cooking curriculum. And I'll share more about that in another video. And then I'm missing something. Handwriting is every other day. So we do 2 to 3 times a week with handwriting. Although they do write daily with math and language arts, I do something additional 2 to 3 times a week. So I'm going to say Monday, Wednesday, Friday for handwriting. Sometimes it's daily. It just depends on what I see they need help with. And then I cannot find my schedule. As far as Bible, we usually try to do it in the morning time. And that is daily. And then what else did I miss? Spanish. We're still trying to figure out how to fit Spanish in. Because what we have been doing so far has been like requiring less than 10-15 minutes. So I'm like, we can do Spanish daily. But I'm thinking twice a week. And it's looking more so like Monday and Wednesday, or Wednesday and Friday. So I'm still figuring that thing out, but so far everything else has been working. Like the girls love science, they're expecting science Tuesday and Thursday. Fridays has been pretty light. We've been doing like the Spanish, we've been doing handwriting, and we've been reviewing. So anything that we did not cover throughout the week, we added it to Friday. And also we were doing like Friday field trips or Friday fun day, but they kind of stopped. So I'm trying to figure out now, where do we add in our field trip? Where do we add in our weekly outing? Should it be midweek like a Wednesday, or should it be on Friday? And so I'm trying to figure that out, I feel like I got the core subjects down. I know the time frame that I want to do things. But now, like, when do I want to go out? So I would say in the past, we've been going out any day. Any day we feel like it. A lot of time it was impromptu. But now I want to be a little bit more predictable in terms of what's expected. So I was starting the day off like going out before we do our homeschool work, but now I try to keep our activities after lunchtime, so, or after everything is done, right? And that has been working out for us, a whole lot better than us going to do store runs early in the morning, or going out to the libraries early in the morning, stuff like that. So we've got the time frame right, so we know that after lunch is usually the best time to visit these places, because we usually spend a few hours there. We usually go to grocery stores after that and stuff like that. So all in all, I feel like we have a pretty good schedule. We're just figuring out like when we want to go out, but really it doesn't matter because we're usually done by lunchtime. And if we do go out before we start homeschool work, we just push our homeschool lessons after lunch or after we get back home, and just get it done. And it may be a light day. Yeah, like it may be a light day. Instead of doing all subjects, all activities, we'll do one or two things, right? And what else? I had a list that I wanted to talk about, but I feel like that's about it. I'm keeping our schedule simple to the point. We are not doing any extracurriculars at the time. I do have a homeschool group, but we're not consistent in meeting, so I'm still figuring out like where that fits in, or if I'm going to devote a whole lot of time to it, because it has not been easy. But yeah, I think that's it so far. What I have, I realized that keeping it simple is the best thing as far as being consistent and getting things done. Anything too complicated, I'm probably not gonna, do it weekly. So this has been working so far. So yeah, just wanted to come in here and share that with y'all. We are enjoying the schedule. We are tweaking. We are making changes, and the girls are expecting me to stick to what I say. So let me know if you have any questions, any suggestions, or feel free to share your schedule. Yeah, feel free to share your schedule. If you're not already subscribed and you enjoyed this video, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in my next one.